So Gary Gensler was interviewed today, was it today or maybe yesterday, I believe, over at NBC. And I gotta say, this is a major faceplant from, I guess, his own kind, so to speak, because we all know how truthful that network is. But the two people on that business channel, on this day at least, were approaching honesty, which is rare. But the fact that they were grilling Gary on his record, right to his face on national TV, is something else. It's something to behold. That guy was so dishonest that judges had to reprimand him and his attorneys, or the attorneys under his purview, many times for being not having a faithful allegiance to the law, is one of the quotes I can give you. Not having a faithful allegiance to the law. They lied. They lied a lot. And it tells you something about this guy. This guy, don't forget, he was the chief financial officer for the Hillary Clinton campaign. And he, even though he claims not to have known a thing about it, he authorized the payment for the Steele dossier that created the Russia hoax. And he claims to not have known anything about it, but that was a huge payment for a pretty seedy thing. And so we all know the truth. Byron Donaldson, I believe, he's a senator, he's a Republican senator, I think. And he grilled him one time while he was still chair at the SEC. And of course, they were talking crypto, they were talking markets. And at the very end, Byron Donaldson comes in and asks him, did you make payment? Did you authorize the payment for the Steele dossier? And the look on his face in that particular instance, and I think I shared the video. If not, look it up. Byron Donaldson grills Gary Gensler or something like that. And you'll see it. You can see the look on his face. He still lies, but you can see the look on his face. And it's quite similar to what you're about to see now. This guy is dripping corruption. You can just see it in his face. I don't know if you're one of those people, but if you can just see when somebody's dishonest, but I mean, you don't even have to be gifted to see the dishonesty in this person's face, especially given the context of everything in front of you, because crypto's taking off. We've got ETFs coming in. They're applying for bank charters, Fed master accounts like Ripple is. And I heard today one other company has applied for, one other tech company has applied for a Fed master account. So anyhow, guys, check this out. But this is the kind of corruption we've been dealing with for years, especially with Ripple. And keep in mind, we're still dealing with it with the Bitcoin and the Ethereum maximalists. Those people are all part of the same little posse, especially Solana and Ethereum. They're the same group. And all the Bitcoin people, they're just delirious. I mean, it doesn't work. Run one transaction on Bitcoin and one with XRP, and that's all you need to know. It's just that simple. $10, $20 transaction. Just try one. And you let me know if you could run your business on Bitcoin. I think you'll find very quickly that the only one that makes any sense would be XRP. You can run a business with it. You can run a government with it. You can manage the largest payments in the world with XRP. In any case, check out this loser over here and well, let me know what you think, but you know what I think. I'm glad he's out, and may he never stain another position in our government again. This guy was awful. Just terrible. Let me know what you think. We'll see you guys on the next one. Till next time, adios amigos. This is a funny video.
The crypto community is ecstatic not to have you there anymore, and to have him there right now. What you did around securities and enforcement actions, and looking back on it, I mean, do you think that was the right call?
Yes. I think
because look, now we have this like burgeoning industry, and there's so much more innovation and leadership in the U.S.
and a lot more capital coming into it.
More capital.
There may be more capital in terms of the interest in the public. The public is interested. I get that. But I took an oath of office. I also ran a law enforcement agency, and my predecessor, Jay Clayton, a very fine individual, ran the SEC. He's now the head of a law enforcement agency again up here in New York. Yep. Was bringing many cases in this field. Was bringing over his tenure about 80 to 100 cases. Over my tenure, we brought about 100 cases. We were consistently trying to ensure for investor protection. And in the midst of it, we had a lot of fraudsters. Look at Sam Bankman-Fried, and he wasn't alone. And so investor protection. So when I look at the field that trades mostly on momentum, mostly on, frankly, hype for investors.
You think this is dangerous, what they're doing?
I think that for investors, everyday investors, the 5 to 10% of Americans who invest in crypto, and it's hard to get the real, but that it's a highly speculative, very risky asset. And in most of these tokens,
Those days are over,
put aside
guys. At
Bitcoin,
least for the ISO coins.
but most of the other tokens are not tied to any fundamentals. And there's 5 or 10,000 of these.
He deleted his text messages so people couldn't see what he was doing.
You find new equilibriums. Like Warren Buffett would say, what are the goods? What are the revenues? What are they selling? And so forth.